Being Sigma isn't just about abiding some specific set of rules. It's about enduring it by heart. Your every gesture, every silence will scream, "Congratulations, you met a real Sigma." You might know many secrets of them, as there is maybe millions of videos on them in YouTube. But in this video, we will show you 7 deep, dark traits of real Sigmas. If you're ready, let's begin the journey, and you know what to do if you find them valuable. Sign 1. Women are drawn to you, and you don't chase. Sigma males are the sort of men to whom women are naturally drawn without much effort from the part of the male. That is not because they are trying to parade their charm or being extra careful to make an impression. What draws one's focus on them is their composure, relaxed personality, and yet they are mentally sharp. While other men are so concerned with seeking the approval and acceptance of people in the society, Sigma males are more focused on their own affairs. Yet this only serves to make them more conspicuous in society. This psychological pull can be explained by the scarcity principle that is derived from the field of behavioral economics. It is important to note that people are more likely to desire something that seems less attainable as compared to something that seems easily available. Sigma males have that feeling of scarcity, not on purpose, but just because they do not chase it. Both are oblivious to social games and attention-seeking, and the lack of pursuit of such things makes them seem scarce, and scarcity is always desirable. The psychological research done by Buss and Schmidt, 1993, show that women prefer such qualities as independence, self-sufficiency, and quiet confidence, which are characteristic of Sigma males. Women follow them and are attracted to the element of mystery and freedom from accountability that they possess, and therefore, women are likely to approach them first. Though, the very interesting thing about Sigmas is that they only respond when there is something real. They will not initiate discussions or run after the attention they deserve. Like the stoic teaching of Epictetus, they do not dwell on what they cannot control, but they concentrate on their actions, not the actions of others. If the feeling is reciprocated, then they will go on with the relationship. If not, they'll just turn around and leave, which makes no space for any attempts at forcing interaction or fawning over someone. They stay in control and have no intention of being ruffled, and that peace is paramount to them. Sign number 2. Master at reading people. It is a way of monitoring the behavior of individuals with the intention of correcting them. This is done without being critical on the behavior being monitored. Sigma males are very observant of people's actions and have an insight on how people behave. They also possess certain kind of preemptive insight into people's feelings, actions, and even their moods. It is neither about criticizing or even thinking too much about what others do or say, but about knowing and realizing the body language everyone possesses. These are the result of precise observation and self-analysis, which makes such people great at understanding social relations. From a psychological perspective, this capacity to decipher others can be associated to high emotional intelligence, as defined by Daniel Goleman in 1995. Emotional intelligence is defined as the ability to identify, assess, and regulate emotions, self-emotions, as well as emotions of other people. Sigma males, by virtue of being introspective, excel at this. They do not only hear what is being said and the message that is being passed, but also the demeanor, the pitch, and the energy of the message. It makes them perceptive without encroaching into the privacy of their clients. However, their skill is not limited to the ability to read people's emotions, which is a very valuable trait. They also know when to get out of the way, or, in other words, when to take a back seat. For example, if a woman is complaining about her day, a Sigma male will be able to pick it up and will then leave her alone to stew. This is in line with what the Stoics call apatheia, which means being immune to disturbance. As it is with the Stoics, Sigma males know that people's feelings are not their concern or their prerogative. They watch, but cannot overact or do any foolish things on the spur of the moment. This intuitive ability assists the Sigmas to be sensitive to the environment they find themselves in, on whether to mingle or to avoid social contacts. They do not get bogged down by drama because they know the intensity of the situation and act correspondingly, without getting ruffled. Sign 3. Independence over crowds. Sigma males are comfortable being alone. Contrary to other people who seek approval in numerous friends or groups of friends, Sigmas are okay being alone. They do not run after friends or the desire to be grouped under a particular category of friends. And that is why, if they only have several friends with whom they share common values, it is enough for them. But if they don't, then they know that loneliness is not something that they should be afraid of. Psychologically, it ties to the self-determination theory that was posited by Edward Deci and Richard Ryan in the 1980s. This also reveals that people are motivated by the need to be autonomous, competent, and to have relationships. Self-employment is an essential aspect of life for Sigma males, especially the young ones. They do not look for their social circles because they do not require the validation or the social interaction to feel complete. They are more individualistic when it comes to their identity. It is not influenced by the mob. The Sigma's independence is also reminiscent of stoic isolation in the writings of Seneca. The quote, "It is in times of solitude that we truly know ourselves," is very fitting, for Sigma's solitude is not a punishment, but learning, self-improvement, and rejuvenation. They know that it is better to be single than having a crowd of people who do not enrich one's life. Such disconnection from the necessity of groups preserves Sigmas from the fear of missing out, which bothers many individuals in today's society, rather than concerned with other people's actions or what events they might be missing. They are concerned with their own actions. To them, being picky with the time and people around them is something to be proud of, not loneliness. Associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those who you yourself can improve. The process is mutual. For men, learn while they teach. Epictetus, Discourses. Sign number 4, immune to influence. They realize that people often need to think for themselves, and that is why they often use the phrase, "I think." No one can manipulate Sigmas. The Sigma males are rebels who do not have any influence from the society or culture or any trends in the society. They act according to their preferences and not according to the norms set in the society or other people's actions. Such independence is not a protest against the traditions and culture, but the desire to be true to oneself. In career, choices, fashion, and even choices of living, Sigma males seem to do what they feel is right. Psychologically, this mindset is very similar to what Julian Rotter called internal locus of control in 1954. Related to this notion is the concept of internal locus of control, whereby the individual has the perception that he or she is in control of his or her own destiny. This is excellently depicted by Sigmas as they fully own their choices and do not allow society to determine their choices. They know that there are forces out there which may affect them, but they don't allow them to dictate their affairs. On the other hand, those with an external locus of control always act in accordance with societal norms and trends because they think that their actions are controlled by external factors such as luck, societal standards, or the opinions of other people. Sigmas, however, rely on themselves, which in turn makes them immune to such things as fads or peer pressure. This independence echoes Marcus Aurelius's Stoic advice. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This is a concept that Sigma males know and apply to the letter. They do not allow the cacophony of the outside world to override the voice within them. For this reason, they think that it is possible to live life without the interference from the outside world and without changing for the better, just to fit into the mold of the current society or fit into the current trends. They live their own life, free from the confines of society standards, as a result of their thinking. Just a quick reminder, if you're enjoying this video, please consider like and subscribe, and thanks a lot if you did already. Moving on. Sign 5. Introverted but not shy. The introverted nature does not equal to running away from life or other people. A Sigma male represents the aspects of masculinity that are associated with self-sufficiency, coupled with the feeling of at ease. Thus, the energy is not the same. Shy people are afraid of being around other people, while introverts love being alone, as this is how they get their energy. Sigma males are quite composed when it comes to dealing with people, and even if they try to avoid people as much as possible. Social anxiety or nervousness, that's foreign to them. Their lips aren't sealed from lack of knowledge. It's power. They have no need to make friends, to be loud, or to be noticed, and therefore, they are not the same as the outgoing types, like alphas. Indeed, the signals of the self-assuredness of the Sigma male do not scream out loud, and yet people are compelled to respect them. It's as if you enter a room and feel comfortable with the calmness that envelopes the environment, knowing that you do not have to shout to be heard. This is in a way like the Stoics' concept of ataraxia, which is the state of being which is not upset by anything. The Sigma male does not seek validation from other people for his emotions, his value, or his identity. He derives strength from thinking and realizes that tranquility is within, a principle hard to be influenced by the masses. This is in turn psychologically fulfilling the need for emotional self-regulation, the process of having control or managing one's emotions, therefore does not require approval from others. And for a Sigma, that's the key to being grounded and to transform into someone who can handle the pressure of the job. As such, they are their own anchor. There is psychological research that distinguishes between introversion and shyness, as these two traits are often mistakenly seen as the same thing. A well-known study by Jonathan Cheek, 1983, a personality psychologist, helped to clarify this distinction. Cheek defined shyness as a form of social anxiety where a person feels discomfort, nervousness, or fear when interacting with others. Shy people often desire social interaction, but avoid it because they fear judgment or rejection. On the other hand, introverts don't necessarily fear social interaction. They simply find it draining. This difference is crucial. Introverts may enjoy social situations, but they feel more comfortable and energized by spending time alone or in low-stimulus environments. For them, solitude is a choice, not a result of anxiety. A 2011 study by Lynn Henderson at Stanford University showed that introversion is a personality trait, while shyness is more of an emotional or behavioral reaction to social situations. The psychological phenomenon of social approach avoidance supports this, suggesting that introverts are more likely to avoid social settings for comfort, whereas shy individuals may desire them, but avoid out of fear. Sign 6. Living outside the box. A Sigma male does not conform to the rules of the game of the social ladder. They do not understand the point of putting people in tiers according to their ranks, money, or authority, and acting with disregard to the common people. To them, the value of a person does not depend on the rank in the society, but the kind of person that he or she is. Though there is many types of Sigma, it also depends on their personal values and maturity level. This is in line with the philosophical concept of egalitarianism, whereby people are equal and there is no provision for social or class differences. Sigma males do not believe in the concept of respect hierarchy, more commonly referred to as respect your superiors, because they are your superiors. This does not mean they are ignorant of competence, but they consider that respect should not be determined by group or tribe or ethnicity. Psychologically, some might think this is a weak trait, but no, it is indifference. This may be related to low social dominance orientation, which was defined in the study by Sedanius and Prato, 1999, as a tendency to support equality rather than power differences. In their case, lo esdi wu means that they have no desire to dominate over others, like the case of Sigmas, and their aim is to have friends and people that they can respect as well. It is also in sync with the Stoic concept of sympathy at work here. To quote Marcus Aurelius, "We are all connected in the web of life." Sigma males do this by understanding that each person has value. They do not bow their heads or lower their eyes. They glance forward. It is not an attempt to rebel against conventional norms, but this is a fundamental understanding of the equality of each person's worth. Sign 7. Confidence and assertiveness is not same. Confidence does not have to be assertive to produce results. That is done in the most subtle way by Sigma males. Their confidence is not based on the externals of life, wealth, power, or popularity, but it is not based on self-estimation and control of others, but on the profound understanding of oneself and one's inner world. They know who they are, and because of this fact, they don't have to show it off. This type of humility can only be interpreted as overconfidence, and because of this, it deserves respect. It has been attracting the people because it seems natural and it has the strength of a firm ground. Sigma males are not like alpha personalities who have to assert dominance to feel like they're in charge. And it is the right to be comfortable and be confident about it without having to fight for that right. Here, there is an interesting psychological effect called the pratfall effect, which was first discovered by the American psychologist Elliot Aronson in 1966. This effect implies that people who communicate their competence without arrogance are considered more physically appealing and more likable than the arrogant and self-assured individuals. Sigma males subconsciously utilize this. They are competent, but they don't need to brag about it. They keep to themselves. Thus, people get curious, and curiosity is the beginning of respect. Stoicism aligns here, especially with the teaching of Marcus Aurelius. I really like this quote. "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." For Sigma males, it's never about bellowing their worth. It's about just demonstrating it. Confidence is no more an inflammatory blaze, but a glowing ember. They know that power is derived from within a person. It is not something that has to have clapping in order to have value. I initially wrote 15 of them, but split it in 2 parts. As this video was getting too long, I will upload the next part within 24 hours. You can find that in the Sigma playlist if 24 hours passed. Now click the video on your screen that YouTube thinks best for you. Peace.